And guys, we are live. What is going on? Welcome to my WWE TLC 2017 review and results video. I want to say thank you all for being patient as I just finished catching up with what I missed for the TLC pay-per-view. And my overall thoughts on the show are a bit of a mixed bag. There was some stuff that I did like, and there was just some other stuff that left me just saying, meh, I didn't really care for it that much. But my overall grade for this show would be a C+. That's where I feel is just the right grade for this show. Like I said, I liked what we saw tonight with Asuka and Emma. I thought Mickie James, Alexa Bliss, good stuff right there. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, cannot wait to talk about that match. To me, those were the matches that really stood out for me. And, of course, Kurt Angle returning to team up with The Shield. I'll say my thoughts for that match later on in the review, but yeah, those are the highlights for me of this show. Everything else to me was just it was just there. So yeah, solid show, a show that I wouldn't necessarily go back and watch again, but I enjoyed it when I did watch it, and it didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth or anything. So yeah. So with that being said, let's get right into the show. Let's talk about the pre-show. Of course, I usually never watch the pre-show, but I'll give you the results anyways. So we had Sasha Banks versus the beautiful Alicia Fox, because we all love the beautiful Alicia Fox, right? These two had a match. Sasha Banks won. She tapped out, made Alicia Fox tap out to the bank statement. Don't really know what's going on with Sasha Banks. She's kind of been in limbo ever since she's lost the Women's Championship abruptly to Alexa Bliss. So hopefully we see a Sasha Banks heel turn, because really it just doesn't seem like they have anything going for her. I really think the heel turn is, what they need to do with her, and that could definitely get her back on track to relevancy. But just outside of this, it was just a match against Alicia Fox. If you guys saw it, like I said in the live chat, let me know what you thought. I don't usually watch the pre-show unless it's something that really catches my eye, but it was cool that Sasha Banks won, but I don't really have anything else to say about this. Apparently, we were supposed to get a Drew Gulak PowerPoint presentation, but this got bumped off the pre-show, so don't really have to worry about covering that. So let's talk about the main card, and I really liked how this show kicked off tonight. Asuka versus Emma. They gave these girls 9 minutes to work. And at first, I was thinking going into this match, Asuka's just going to go in there and completely obliterate Emma. It's not even going to be much of a match. It's really going to be a squash match. But no, Emma actually went in there, and her and Asuka had a competitive match. I know some people were saying, well, with the way that Emma's been booked and what have you, Asuka should have been went out, and wiped the floor with her. But I like the fact that Emma got this opportunity on a pay-per-view. She made the most of it, and we forget just how good somebody like an Emma is, because we don't really see this from her on a weekly basis when it comes to Raw. Usually she's just, third wheel in a program, usually going out there losing in short matches, relatively short matches, and we forget what Emma can do. And her and Asuka, they have some damn good chemistry. This reminded me, I don't know if it came close to matching the type of fight that they had at NXT TakeOver London, but this was still a really good match. Really solid opening match. Crowd was into it. It was great seeing Asuka finally make her long-awaited debut on the main roster, and hopefully, knocking on wood here, they do not drop the ball with Asuka like they have done with so many in the call-ups from NXT to the main roster. And as Robbie said, we will make Emma great again. We're going to do great things with Emma. I love Emma. Great talent, great Australian. I love Australia. Go there many, many times. So, Emma, if you're listening, we're going to make you great. Me and Vince. And, of course, you know who I am. Anyways, don't know who that was, by the way. You might recognize him. But, just a couple spots from the match here. Asuka was able to literally slap in the Asuka lock on Emma, and once she got that locked in, Emma had no choice but to tap out. But like I said, competitive back and forth match between Emma and Asuka that definitely surprised me. So I enjoyed it. It was one of the matches that I was looking forward to the most on this pay-per-view, and I'm glad Emma made the most of her opportunity here. Let's talk about these in-ring segments with Elias Sampson on this show. I missed the first one. They did 2 more of these, and it involved Elias Sampson playing his guitar very badly, and then somebody threw a head of lettuce at him, threw celery at him, and then tomatoes. And the person was Jason Jordan. What the hell was the point of this? The point of this was to make me care about Jason Jordan. It didn't. If the point of this was to annoy the hell out of me and question, why am I watching this? It did. If the point of this was to not elevate either guy and keep them at the same level that they're at, it did that pretty well too. So this, to me, folks, all of these segments involving Elias Sampson and Jason Jordan was, say it with me, a giant waste of time. What the hell was the point of this? First of all, where did you get a grocery cart full of vegetables? Seriously. I felt more pain and pity for the vegetables compared to the actual wrestlers. And I like Elias Sampson. Jason Jordan, don't really know how I feel about him because he's just kind of there. He lacks the charisma, any type of character, personality. They haven't really done much with him and Kurt Angle, the father-son dynamic. They haven't. If you're going to do the storyline, at least play it up. They barely interacted, or at least of anything of note. So then they had a match. It was what it was. I don't really have anything else to say, except I never want to see a segment involving somebody throwing food at another wrestler, unless it involves, of course, 2 wrestlers brawling in a supermarket. And, of course, I'm referring to Stone Cold Steve Austin and Booker T. Now, that was entertaining. This was a waste of time. So, moving on, still don't know what the hell all that was about. We had Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann versus the Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. To be honest, guys, I didn't see this match. I didn't have a chance to watch it. And by the time I got back onto the network, the match was over. But Jack Gallagher, he hit a headbutt on Alexander, should I say Rich Swann got hit with a headbutt, and Alexander hit Kendrick with the lumbar check for the win. So your winners of this match are Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann. If any of you guys out there watch this match, what did you think of it? I would probably assume it was an average cruiserweight match. Here's what we get from these guys. Not really too much going into it. Storyline-wise, like I said, I'm not an avid viewer of 205 Live. I've only watched 1 episode from start to finish. And I feel bad for these guys, especially guys like Cedric, Rich Swann, Jack Gallagher, Brian Kendrick. They're talented guys. It's just in this division, it is pure shit. And there's no way around it. There's no upward mobility. You're kind of just stuck at this level. And it wouldn't surprise me if more of these cruiserweights just say, screw it, I'm getting the hell out of there, and I'm walking out. Because honestly, I couldn't blame them. If I was stuck in this division, I would probably consider doing the same thing. A match that I did enjoy on this card was the Raw Women's Championship match between Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Like I said, I just got done watching that match before I came up here to do my review. And these two had some good chemistry. They definitely displayed some solid chemistry in the ring. It was nice, like I said, to see Mickie James get a championship opportunity to, I believe, surpass, Trish Stratus with the most women's championship reigns in WWE history. My facts right there, but that was a nice little tidbit that I discovered. Yeah, Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, I thought for the 11 minutes that they went in there, I thought they had some nice chemistry, some good back and forth action when it came to the in-ring. And just looking here real quick, Mickie James is a 5-time women's champion, and like I said, I believe Trish Stratus had the most reigns with, it says here 7. So I don't believe, so she wouldn't tie Trish, but she would be right behind her. So yeah, Trish Stratus is the 7 times women's champion, Mickie James is a 5-time. Actually, no, I got that wrong here. She's a 5-time women's champion and a 1-time Divas champion. So, yes, she would have tied Trish Stratus. Just wanted to make sure I got that right. Apologize for the mistake. But getting back to the match here, like I said, it came down towards the end when Alexa Bliss, she went up the top rope, thought she was going to get the win there with the Twisted Bliss. Mickie James was able to hit a drop kick off the top rope. Like she missed Alexa Bliss there. Alexa was able to kick out. James hit a nice kick to Alexa Bliss's head. Bliss kicked out of that again. And eventually Bliss sent James into the corner, shoulder first, and Bliss hit the DDT for the win. And I like to see the fact that somebody actually wins a match with a DDT and it isn't just a setup move. DDT, one of the all-time great finishing moves, courtesy of the legend Jake the Snake Roberts. And it's nice to see wrestlers actually winning with that move rather than it just being a setup move. So, like I said, fun, enjoyable match, good back-and-forth action between Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Next match on the card here, we have Kalisto versus Enzo Amore, who apparently was suffering from some vocal issues. Hopefully Enzo isn't getting the case of whatever is going around in WWE, because guys dropping left and right with whatever the sickness is. But Kalisto versus Enzo Amore. This was boring. Sorry, there's no other way around it. I did not enjoy this match. Half the time, I wasn't even paying attention to what was going on. It was slow, plodding, boring. Honestly, the match that they had on Raw was better because at least then you had the lumberjacks around the ring to utilize. These two, I just didn't think they mixed well together in the ring. They just didn't really have that much good or notable chemistry. And to no surprise here, Enzo got the win after he poked Kalisto in the eye and hit his finisher for the win. So he is now a 2-time Cruiserweight champion. So Kalisto's short Cruiserweight championship reign came to an end. And yes, Kalisto wasn't able to get it done tonight with those lucha things that he does. And I know, I wanted to bring this up, how Kalisto's finisher is called the Selena del Sol. Well, I think he should rename that finisher to Lucha Things. I think that would be an appropriate name for his finisher. So, what can I say? It's Cruiserweights. All I can say is I'm glad Neville got out when he did. And let's talk about moving on from something that polar opposite, from something that I couldn't care less about to something that I was completely invested in, despite the lack of little build and little preparation that went into this match. Because, they had to fly AJ in there for this, and just the lack of time that they had to prepare and come up with what they were able to come up with. This still turned out to be the match of the night. And I, of course, am talking about Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. These guys, they got plenty of time, although even though they got a lot of time, I wanted to see this match go on even longer. This was a very good match and easily my pick for match of the night. See these two in the ring together for the first time, the Demon facing off against the Phenomenal One. It certainly lived up to the hype. And yeah, let's see them at WrestleMania, whether it's 35 or 36. I'd like to see that showdown take place again, as it deserves to be on the grandest stage of them all. Match started off slow. Like I said, both guys really working at an even pace. Certainly picked up towards the middle portion of the match when, Balor dove over the top rope to take out AJ Styles. And then, of course, going over to the announcer's table where AJ Styles literally threw Finn Balor into the announcer's table, and then Finn likewise threw AJ Styles into the barricade with double running drop kick. And the pace continued to pick up from there as they got back into the ring. It was going to be, would Finn Balor, after being locked into the calf crusher, be able to get up to the top rope to hit the coup de grace? And I like how they added that portion into the match. It made sense with AJ utilizing the calf crusher to take out the legs of Finn Balor, and you take those out, he can't hit his finishing move. But as we picked up towards the end of the match, as Styles attempted to go for the phenomenal forearm, Balor literally pushed him off the ring apron, and Styles took a nasty-looking fall to the outside, but thankfully he was okay there. And like I said, the match just continued to go from there. They both hit a double crossbody on each other. Balor attempted to set up a reverse DDT into the 1916, and then Balor hit a standing elbow drop, or standing elbow to AJ Styles. He hit the 1916. AJ kicks out at 2, gets shoulder up. Balor does the torpedo drop kick, goes up to the top rope. Styles hits a Pele kick while Finn Balor is on the top rope and hits a springboard top rope Hurricane Rana. Really nice spot there. Nice sequence. Looked really good. And he attempted to hit a clothesline, or should I say AJ attempted to hit a springboard for 50. Balor hit the clothesline. Torpedo drop kick by Finn Balor. Goes up to the top rope. Coup de grace. Finn Balor wins in one of his best showings to date on the main roster. Him and AJ went out there, and they told a great story in the ring. And with the lack of build, no build at all, and little time that they had to prepare, they still went out there and they stole the show. So hats off to Finn Balor and AJ Styles. And easily, like I said, once again, my pick for match of the night. We had Jason Jordan versus Elias Sampson. Jason Jordan won with a weird-looking finish. It looked like Elias' shoulders were up as the ref made the 3 count as Jason Jordan got in a small package. Don't know what that was all about, if it was supposed to happen or not, or now, honestly, do you care? I don't. So, yeah, it wasn't much of a match. Moving on, let's talk about the TLC match. Kurt Angle returning to the ring for the first time in 11 years in a WWE ring. Keep that in mind. He has wrestled for TNA and actually fought Cody Rhodes a number of months ago. So it's been a couple of months, let's put it that way, in actuality, since we've seen Kurt Angle in a ring. But it's been 11 years since he's wrestled in a WWE ring. Teamed up with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Kurt Angle made his entrance with the Shield, and that was a really nice visual to see. I was like, holy shit, Kurt Angle is entering with the Shield. I didn't know if he would make a traditional entrance or what have you, but he had the Shield, bulletproof vest on, and they walked down to the ring to take on The Miz, Kane, Braun Strowman, and The Bar. Now, what I enjoyed from this match, it was really a tale of 2 matches. The stuff with Kurt Angle, going in there and showing that, yeah, he can still kick ass and show why he is one of the all-time greats. It was great stuff. Just seeing Kurt Angle interact with Ambrose, Rollins, that was nice to see. Interacting with Kane, because Kurt Angle and Kane certainly have history with one another. So early on, it was really all Ambrose, Rollins, and Angle. They laid out Strowman, Kane. Ambrose and Rollins went up on 2 ladders and took out both Kane. Ambrose and Rollins had a frog splash on Kane and Strowman. Looked like Rollins might have injured his knee, but hopefully, I think he was all right after that. It was just just the way he landed on it. And then Kurt Angle tried to put Kane in the ankle lock, but Strowman was able to break it up. He threw Angle into the barricade and set up a table on the outside, and Strowman hit a running power slam onto Kurt Angle through the table. Wicked-looking bump. I was like, Kurt, please be okay. Please be okay. I was worried he was going to do something crazy. Looked like a stiff bump to take, but Kurt said on Raw Talk that he got knocked a little loopy. Of course, he had to be helped to the back, and we would see him return later on in the match. Now, it was after this, to me, I was enjoying the match up to this point. Once Angle got taken out, it was just, Miz and his crew, Cesaro, Sheamus, Strowman, Kane beating down on Ambrose and Rollins. They beat them down. Then they go up onto the stage, and the beatdown continues. And they bring a garbage truck in, and it looks like they're going to put Ambrose and Rollins in the garbage truck, but they fight out. And then they take out Miz and his crew, and then Kane and Braun Strowman begin to battle against one another after Strowman, accidentally hits his partner Kane, and then they're battling, and Kane chokeslams Braun Strowman off the stage, and then pulls down. They had on the stage they had chairs, tables, and these like chairs that were strung up to the top of the ceiling on wiring, and Kane pulled them down. They fell on top of Braun Strowman. So really had two different matches going on here, like the stuff with Kane and Strowman. And I had a feeling Kurt Angle was going to come back, but this just kept going on and on and on. And I was just like, okay, this match is just, it felt all over the place. And like I said, that's why I titled this video Weird Main Event. It just felt weird. And then when Kurt Angle came back, match pick backed up. Like I said, Kurt's coming back full of piss and vinegar. He gets back in there, and he just starts clearing house. He takes down Sheamus, and then he takes down Cesaro. He hits the angle slam on Sheamus. It's the angle slam on Cesaro through the table, and it looks like Kane's going to tombstone Ambrose and Rollins, but Kurt Angle makes the save. Ambrose and Rollins take out Kane through the barricade, hit a spear on him. It looks like Miz is going to sneak up, hit the skull-crushing finale, but Angle kicks out at 2. So nice near fall there. And then we get further into the match. Angle hits the ankle lock, locks it in on Miz. Miz is able to get out of it. And then Ambrose, Rollins, and Angle all team up and surround the Miz. Rollins hits the ripcord V-trigger. Ambrose, Dirty Deeds. And finally, Angle hits the Angle Slam. The Shield hit their triple powerbomb with Angle, of course, taking the place of Roman Reigns, and the Shield plus Kurt Angle are victorious. Like I said, I like the portions of the match with Kurt. And the brawling between Braun Strowman and Kane was enjoyable, and then just the middle portion of the match was just kind of blah. So yeah. And then, of course, when Kurt came back out, the match picked up for me. So, yeah. Enjoyable. Weird main event, but an enjoyable show overall. That's why I'm giving it a grade of a C+. If you have time to watch it, go out and watch it. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again. I'm happy I watched it, but that is it. So, yeah, guys, that is it for my WWE TLC 2017 review. I want to say thank you to Robbie for participating in the live chat, and for those of you watching live, I want to say thank you for watching as well. And remember to please click the like and subscribe button on this channel for more video content coming soon here to youtube.com/DanielGaiza412. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGaiza412 for all my latest tweets. And until my next video, guys, I want to say thank you once again for watching. Be sure to leave your comments down below once this video is immediately uploaded. And until next time, guys, I will see you guys around. So until then, take care and have a great rest of your night. See ya.